Page 65, lesson 2.1 is on understanding integers. So Sal recorded the outdoor temperature as -4 degrees Fahrenheit at 7:30 a.m. At noon, it was 22 degrees Fahrenheit. Sal said the temperature changed by 18 degrees Fahrenheit because 22 minus 4 equals 18. So the question is Sal right or wrong? And so the answer actually is that he is wrong, because one of the temperatures is negative. So if we're going from -4, it looks like they're going by 2's here on this thermometer. So if we're at -4 and it went up to 22, the deal is we can kind of break it into sections if you want. From -4 to 0, that would be a difference of 4 degrees. And then from 0 to 22, that would be a difference of 22 degrees. And so actually altogether is a difference of 26 degrees that the temperature changed by. So example 1 talks about integers. So the counting numbers, their opposites, and 0 are integers. So integers are a set of numbers like this. The dots, the 3 dots, means it keeps going. So it keeps going to negative infinity and to positive infinity. But notice none of these numbers have fractions or decimals. So we just have -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay. And obviously if we keep going, like -1,000,000 would be an integer. Positive 5 billion would be an integer. Okay. So those are integers. Another thing we can talk about here is opposites. And opposites are the same distance from 0. So if you think about on a number line, they're the same distance from 0. So for example, -3 and 3 are opposites. Another example, 5 and -5 are opposites. Okay? They're the same distance from 0. Also, another way to remember them is they just have the opposite signs as each other. It's the same number, only one's positive and one's negative. So the book gives you a couple of examples of that. They give an example here with 6 and -6. On a number line, we have negative numbers are to the left of 0. Positive numbers are to the right of 0. So the deal is the further we get to the left, the smaller the number is. And the further we get to the right, the bigger the number is. So if we look at the triad at the bottom of the page, they want us to label these on a number line. So the opposite of 4 is -4. And then the opposite of -4 is 4. So if we label these on a number line, in the middle we can put a 0. That would be right between the positives and negatives. And then negative numbers are to the left. So if you see the dot there, is going to be -4, just to the right of the -5. And then 4 would be over on the positive side. So if we look at example 2, Riley recorded the temperatures for 5 days in January. Which day was the coldest day and which day was the warmest day? Write the temperatures from least to greatest. So when we're doing this, if you wanted to, we could put this in order on a number line, if that's helpful. Another way you could do is just think about whatever's more negative is going to be the lowest temperature. So in this case, the lowest temperature is the -5, and then -3, -2, 1, and 4. Once we get them in order from least to greatest, then we can tell for sure what the coldest and the warmest temperatures are. So the coldest temperature, the smallest temperature we had is -5. So -5 was the coldest day. And the biggest one, the furthest to the right in our least to greatest list, was 4. So 4 degrees Fahrenheit was the warmest day. So if we look at the try it, which number is greater, -4 or -2? And again, especially when you're getting started on these, you may want to think of drawing a number line out. So there's 0. And then when we go into the negatives, we got -1, -2, -3, -4. I could keep going, but I've got the numbers that I need. So here's -2, here's -4. So -2 actually is the greater number here. It's kind of opposites of positives, right? So with positives, if we had 2 and 4, 4 would be the bigger number. With negatives, -2 and -4, -2 is the bigger number. And like I said earlier, it's that we have bigger numbers further to the right. So bigger is to the right, smaller is to the left. One way also you could think about, if it was the temperature outside, -2 degrees or -4, they're both really cold, but -2 is actually just a little bit warmer. So example 3, integers describe many real-world situations, including altitude, elevation, depth, temperature, and electrical charges. 0 represents a specific value in each situation. Which integer represents sea level? So in this case, sea level would be the 0. Which one represents the airplane? Would be 10,000. And the whale is -10,000. Okay, below sea level, we'll usually call those as negative numbers. So on the try it here, they're wanting us to tell what integer represents these situations. So the number's already given, it's just a question of whether it's going to be positive or negative. So a $10 debt, we have to decide whether that should be 10 or -10. So for that, we're going to call that a -10 because a debt means we're owing money. If you put a $sign on there, it's not a bad idea either. But as long as you have it as a -10 is the main thing. Part B, 6 degrees below 0. Below 0 would mean negative, so that would be -6 degrees. We don't know if that's Fahrenheit or Celsius there. And then part C, a deposit of $25. Deposit means we're putting money into a bank account. So in terms of our bank account, that would just be 25 or positive 25. And again, if you want to put the dollars there, you can. If you want to put a positive sign there, you can. Although if you don't put a positive, it's assumed to be positive if there's no sign there. So the key concepts on page 68 just kind of recaps things. Again, talking about integers and opposites. Again, here's an illustration for you about opposites. So for example, -7 and 7 are opposites. They're both 7 units away from 0. So if we look at number 2 on the do you understand, it says, what do you know about 2 different integers that are opposites? So we could say one is positive and one is negative. Also, we could say that they are on opposite sides of 0 and the same distance from 0. If we look at number 4, which amount represents a debt of $250? 250 or -250? So that would be -$250. basically because we owe money. So owing money is represented by a negative number. So next, if we look at the do you know how, they are wanting us to write the opposites of these integers. So number 6, they want the opposite of 1, which would be negative 1. Number 7, the opposite of negative 1 is 1. Number 8, the opposite of negative 11 is 11. Number 9, the opposite of 30 is negative 30. Number 10, the opposite of 0. That would be 0. Remember our definition of opposite, it's the same distance from 0. So 0 is the same distance from itself as 0. They're both right at 0. Number 11, opposite of negative 16 is 16. Number 12, this one we got to kind of look at a little bit different. It's negative of negative 8. So this is already kind of like the opposite of negative 8. So this would really be the same as 8. So the opposite of that would be negative 8. Another way of looking at it is kind of if we just take that negative sign off the front, then that would give us that opposite again. So next, if we look at numbers 18 through 20, they want us to write these in order from least to greatest. So this would be negative 4, negative 3, 0, and 2 for number 18. Number 19 would be negative 12, negative 11, 4, and 12. And again, if it helps you, if you want to draw a number line here, you can. Furthest to the left is the smallest, furthest to the right's the biggest. And number 20, negative 8, negative 7, negative 5, and 6. If we look at workbook page 15, on the first part, they want us to plot each point on the number line. So number 1, they want us to plot L at negative 8. So negative 8, what we need to do is think about, it's between negative 5 and negative 10. So from negative 5, we can go to the left. Negative 6, negative 7, negative 8 would be right here. What we're going to do to plot that point, we're going to put a dot there. And then it's point L, so we'll put an L above the dot that we just put. Similar idea, if we have M is point at 3, that'd be to the right of 0. We go 1, 2, 3. Put a dot there, and that would be point M. Number 4, O is at 2, so that would be just to the left of the M. And then number 5, P is at negative 1. That would be just to the left, 1 notch to the left of 0 would be point P. Okay, I skipped a couple of them over there. We didn't do 3 or 6, but it'd be the same idea for those. So if we look down at 19 through 21, they want us to compare the integers and write the integer with the greater value. So we're just looking at these numbers and writing down which one's the greater value. So on 19, we have negative 2 and 3. So for this problem, 3 is greater. A positive number is always greater than a negative number. For number 20, we've got negative 4 and negative 1. That would be negative 1. These are both negatives. So again, if you want to think of on your number line, negative 1, negative 4, whichever one's further to the right. And basically you could say it's less negative, so it's a bigger number. And number 21, we have 0 and negative 7. So the greater number there would be 0. Another way you could think about these is in terms of, you know, maybe like the money situation we talked about earlier. Kind of whatever you would rather the situation be would probably be the greater value. So like on that last one, either not having money or owing $7, between the two, not having any money would be maybe the better situation for you.